It's been far too long since I've done a silent cinema series vlog. And I thought it would be cool to do a movie that you can't even watch. Yeah, that sounds weird. And I'm, of course, referring to 1917's Cleopatra, which is considered a lost film. And the clip you are about to see is the only portion of the film that anybody can watch at this time. So, check it out. Yeah, so that 20 seconds of the film is the only part of the film that is surviving. There's stills and stuff that are available, but that 20-second portion is the only part of the film that is still a moving picture. In fact, the last time the film was even seen was when the producers and director of the 1934 Cleopatra sat down and watched it to prepare it for their film. Was probably the last time that anybody has seen it. But I have a theory. Here's what I think happened. So, at some point there was a fire that destroyed the 1917 Cleopatra. But before then, like I said, the directors and producers had a copy of it. And I did some reading, and it's not clear whether or not the copy that they watched was returned to storage. So, the best hope could be that perhaps they forgot to return it and maybe stuffed it away somewhere, like perhaps a relative of somebody that worked on this film might have a copy. But even if that's the case, what kind of condition would this copy be in? I mean, would it be salvageable? Old film like this is extremely brittle, and it's hard to know what exactly the film was. I mean, you can read reviews and stuff from back then and get a good idea. A lot of people said that the film was just over 2 hours long. So it was very long for a silent film. I mean, it wasn't quite the epic scope that Metropolis was, but for a silent film, over 2 hours is a lot of time. It still left its mark. It inspired this Cleopatra, then several other Cleopatra movies, and there have been so many Cleopatra adaptations. There's a new one coming out here in a couple of years starring Gal Gadot. And without this film and some of the inspiration it left behind, some of the epics that we have come to enjoy might not exist. And it's a real shame that this film doesn't exist, at least not that we're aware of. You know, if it was to be discovered, it might be somewhere in Europe or South Africa. But I don't know if anybody's really looking. It's hard to tell. Unfortunately, with a lot of these older films, it's easy to get so wrapped up in making new stuff that film history buffs are kind of on their own as far as trying to discover where the hell a copy of Cleopatra might be. But unfortunately, at this time, no such copy exists, and the only footage that we have is about 20 seconds long. And I hope that if we don't get a full version of it, that we can find more snippets of it, because it would be great to see what the filmmakers behind this film were so inspired by, because they base a lot of their costumes and a lot of their sets on the 1917's groundbreaking sets and storytelling. And it's a real shame that, director J. Gordon Edwards' work, a lot of his films are not going to be able to be seen because a lot of his films are lost. Because, I mean, they didn't know anything about home media back then. I mean, there was no VHS, there was no DVD, there was no Blu-ray. So it's like maintaining these films and taking good care of them wasn't exactly a priority at that time. And it's a shame because, the scene where Theda Bara is acting in that we see, we don't know the context of the scene. I mean, we can guess. I mean, Cleopatra was a very vain person. It kind of looks like she is showing off a dress of some sort, but we don't know why or for who. Have you seen any of the Cleopatra films? Comment below, let me know. If you are related or know of somebody that is perhaps related or knows somebody that was involved with the 1934 Cleopatra, I'm sure that a lot of the crew and cast members have since passed, but if you know of somebody that was related to somebody that was involved with that film, please reach out. I'd really love to hear from you. And I think that if the right people could find out about it and put the pieces together and find out where a lost portion of the film could possibly be, maybe it wouldn't be a lost film anymore. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.